They say Sundays are for family, but that Sunday, beneath the eucalyptus trees of Greenvale Park in southern Oregon, I watched mine fall apart over ribs and root beer. I'd paid for everything. Again, food truck, rentals, chairs for Dad's back, those branded Fam Day cups my sister insisted on. They didn't know yet, but it was the last time I'd bankroll anything. My brother Emil lifted his beer with a cocky grin. To the ghost who pays for everything and still doesn't get a seat at the table. Mom chuckled. My sister Lena chimed in, "Cheers to background money." I raised my glass too. To background money that just disappeared. One tap on my phone. Freeze all. Their world shifted in an instant. Lena's jaw dropped as her Venmo declined. Dad fumbled with his phone, confused. Emil's rent bounced mid-toast. I didn't flinch, took another bite of brisket, and watched. They thought it was just another picnic, like every summer before. Same tablecloth Mom ironed the night before. Same unspoken assumption, Mateo will cover it. I always did. This time, I made it count. They'd asked for catering. Emil joked we deserved something fancier than hot dogs. Lena wanted cocktails but brought store-brand soda and a pack of warm beer. No one offered to chip in. Mom asked if I could pick up extra chairs. I said, sure, like always. Of course I paid. I always did. Even when my world was cracking. When my wife left and took my daughter to Belize without warning, no one asked if I was okay. Emil needed help moving. When I picked up night shifts at the loading dock, Mom texted about a broken dishwasher. 3 messages. No, how are you? Just, can you send the money? I did. My boots were falling apart. My heater only worked at 40 miles an hour, but I paid off Lena's Kia, floated Emil's rent, and even kept Mom's grocery card loaded. So yeah, that picnic was expensive. Not just in dollars. It cost me my silence. I watched them unravel. Lena tried ordering drinks on her phone. Denied. Emil refreshed his banking app again and again. Dad wandered over like he didn't know what year it was, asking if the bank had an outage. Try again in the morning, I said. They thought it was a glitch, a tech hiccup. They didn't know yet. I was the glitch. That night was quiet. No messages. Not even a dumb meme in the group chat. Which said everything. By sunrise, the call started. Lena texted, "Hey, did you move some money or something?" Nope. I left it unread. Then, my card isn't working. Can you check? I didn't. I knew why. Calls, voicemails, missed FaceTimes. I was at work, sipping bitter coffee, phone buzzing like a hive. Dad, Emil, Mom. Even Lena emailed me. She never emails. Said she was worried. That was code for fix this. I replied with one line. The accounts are closed. Emil called. No greetings, just yelling. His rent bounced, and now his new apartment was threatening to revoke the lease. I told him, should have saved some of those craft beer selfies for emergencies. Then I drove to that same leasing office I'd co-signed for, politely informed them I was pulling my application. No lease, no obligation. I canceled the check. That night, Emil came to my door. Loud knocking, police style. He tried the "you screwed me over" line, said I'd wrecked his fresh start. I leaned against the doorframe. Then maybe it wasn't your fresh start. He yelled more, something about family loyalty. I asked him if he remembered my divorce. The nights I cried in the warehouse bathroom. The silence when I begged for support. He didn't answer. I told him to leave. He muttered something driving away. Didn't even sting. I watched him pull off in the same car I helped him fix last summer. Then came Dad's voicemail. Said we should all put things on the table, that maybe I'd taken things too personally. He used the term mutual expectations, like I was a coworker, like I was the employee who stopped showing up. They didn't get it yet. They were about to. I logged into the utility site. I had been covering my parents' electric and water bills since 2022. Said they'd pay me back when things stabilized. Things never did, so I deleted my card, stopped autopay. Mom texted, "Did something happen with the utilities? Got a shut-off notice." I didn't reply. Because for years I'd paid while they mocked. I sold my coin collection to help with Dad's tax mess, skipped dentist visits so Lena could pay for her dog's surgery. And they laughed at my boots. Lena once asked if I was going through a minimalist phase. Emil said I couldn't keep a woman. Dad said it was for the best I didn't have my daughter full-time. That one stuck. So no, I didn't feel bad when Lena asked if I canceled her Hulu. I had, and Netflix, and the shared phone plan. She said it was petty. I said, I agree. Then it got quiet. Mom called, left a message saying she missed how things used to be. Said she didn't want money, just wanted to talk. Then asked if I could turn her card back on for one more month. Emil texted, "This is overkill." Lena updated her LinkedIn with a fake job. I wasn't angry anymore. It felt like cleaning out a moldy room, one bag at a time, until you could finally breathe. I bought new shoes. Nothing fancy, just ones that didn't squeak. It felt strange to spend money on myself. I stood in the store 20 minutes before taking them to the counter. That's when I understood. This wasn't revenge. It was subtraction. Then came Lena, at my doorstep, first time since the divorce. She didn't ask to come in, just handed me a thick yellow envelope. Inside, shredded receipts, scribbled post-it notes, photocopies of checks, some from years ago, rent money, vet bills, transfers labeled, "Please cover this." She said she was moving, maybe to Colorado or back to Florida. Then she whispered something I didn't expect. Remember the $500 I gave her in 2021? She said it didn't go to rent. She used it to pay off a married guy she'd been seeing who threatened to leak pictures. She didn't ask for more money. Just said, "I'm sorry. I won't bother you again." Then she left. Didn't look back. And I almost thought that was it. Until I got an email from a bank I didn't know, asking me to confirm a loan application. Name looked familiar, email address was off. Glance 32 instead of Glance 33. It was Emil. He tried using my old W-2s, ones I had sent him years ago. I snapped, filed the fraud report, locked every account, changed every password. Then I called his old landlord, told the truth. No lies. He had already missed his utility setup. She said, "I knew he was full of it." I said, "We all did." Then came the real emergency. An unknown number from Mexico. My daughter's school nurse. Her mom had vanished for 48 hours, left her with a neighbor. They couldn't reach anyone else. I caught the first flight out. Didn't tell anyone. Just left. Picked up my daughter in a dusty house that smelled like old oil. She ran into my arms and whispered, "I miss you." We stayed in a motel, ate mangoes, watched cartoons in Spanish. It was the first time I felt like a dad in 3 years. My ex texted, "Everything okay?" I didn't reply. Instead, I went to the lawyer the nurse recommended and asked what I needed to do to get custody. Back in the U.S., things unraveled. Lena posted poetic nonsense. Mom sent long messages. Said I was not the same. Said the family was breaking. I read it twice, then said to myself, I forgave you all 100 times. You just called it love. I came back home, cut every last tie, removed Lena from the phone plan, deleted Dad's tax folder from our shared Google Drive. Emil showed up at my job. Sunglasses, warehouse. Tried being reasonable. Said, you made your point, right? I looked him in the eye. I'm just getting started. He said I was a coward, that I was petty. I said, you were never family, just an expense. He left. Didn't look back.
Weeks passed. Silence settled. I was granted partial visitation in Mexico. Not custody, but something. I started cleaning out the spare room, painted it yellow, bought a desk. First time I bought furniture in years. Then, out of nowhere, a letter. No return address. A check. $3,800. With a note. Sold the couch, sold the necklaces. This should cover some of what I owe. Don't expect more. Not trying to fix anything. Just don't want debt. No name, but I knew the handwriting. Lena. I stared at it for 4 days. Then, on day 5, I deposited it. Not for the money, for the moment. For taking something back. Something I never thought I'd get.